earlier video, we discussed how to set up pricing for items from inventory and materials management's perspective. Essentially, for each item that I have in stock, I can go to the pricing tab and define how that item is priced by choosing a pricing class. And these classes are things that I can establish in other parts of the software. So let's go look at what that means. For more information about the pricing and setting that up, there's a video that you can look at for that purpose. But let's go look at setting up the pricing classes. In that conversation, we discussed setting up a pricing strategy, and the class is just a friendly name that sits on top of a strategy, and you could have multiple classes built on top of the same strategy. Essentially, we can create as many of these as we like, but let's just discuss really quickly what those strategies are. One strategy is fixed item pricing, probably the simplest of all, basically saying that this item costs this amount, just a manually entered amount or automated amount through an API call perhaps, but just, these items, these widgets cost $5 each. Very simple and straightforward. Fixed item pricing plus means that it's going to be that number plus a dollar amount, or plus a percentage, or plus both. So that's essentially, I've got a price that I manually enter. That price could represent a cost, maybe meaning that if we are the manufacturer of that item, we know that that price that we're entering is what our cost is. So we want to enter that cost, and it's always 20% more than that. That cost may be a number that we change, but if we know we always want to make 15, 50, 60% on that item, that would be one potential strategy to use for that. No strategy is pretty straightforward, that it's just free form. We charge what we can in a given sale. Pricing matrix is quantity based or customer based. If you buy between 1 and 50, you get one price. If you buy more than that, you get a better price. So that's one way to do that. And finally, standard item pricing is simply something that's maintained by the system. It's always going to be the cost of the item plus a dollar amount plus a percentage or both. That cost will be maintained. In this case, the difference is that the cost is maintained by the system as items are received into inventory through purchase orders, for example. The system knows what those items cost. So I could simply say that in a standard item pricing strategy, it's going to be that cost plus a dollar amount or plus a percentage, or both. It's a dollar amount and a percentage, and then the system will automatically recommend the pricing based on that strategy. I can also have a revenue account associated at that level with this particular strategy, this particular class rather, which would be one way that the revenue account, as I'm entering orders or invoices perhaps, that would automatically populate and recommend a certain revenue account. So this gives you a little bit of information about how you may want to configure pricing classes within the system.